On September 14th, 2023, my life took an unexpected turn that would forever change my understanding of faith, freedom, and the true cost of progress. My name is Henry Martin, and until that fateful day, I had lived as a successful businessman in New York City, surrounded by wealth, status, and the comforts of a high-rise penthouse overlooking Central Park. My days were filled with routine successes, waking early to review emails, attending high-stakes meetings with influential investors at upscale Manhattan restaurants, and driving my Tesla with the confidence that only a man of my accomplishments could possess. I adorned myself with a Rolex and dressed meticulously, completely unaware that life, as I knew it, was about to shatter in an instant. While journeying across the George Washington Bridge, my thoughts were focused on the promising prospects ahead when, in a split second, everything altered. A massive truck veered unexpectedly into my lane, and the world exploded into chaos. The sudden deafening screech of brakes, the shattering of glass, and the horrifying crunch of metal filled my ears as my vehicle was violently struck. I felt my body jerked, my vision cloud over, and then, as if time itself had slowed, an overwhelming sense of helplessness and disorientation took hold. In that moment of catastrophic impact, as darkness began to claim my fading consciousness, I experienced something beyond the ordinary, a journey that would defy explanation. In the midst of that chaos, I found myself detached from my physical form, hovering above the wreckage as paramedics struggled to revive me. Their urgent voices, though clear and insistent, seemed distant and muted, as if coming from another world. I heard shouts declaring my condition critical, yet I felt no terror, only an indescribable calm. It was then that a radiant living light emerged, its brilliance far surpassing any natural glow. This light pulsed with life, and amid its glow, I heard a gentle, commanding voice call out, "Henry, come." Though I had never seen him before, the voice resonated with a familiarity that transcended my earthly experience. I recognized it as the voice of Jesus, a revered messenger acknowledged in both Christian and Islamic traditions, who, in that moment, appeared not as a divine savior in the conventional sense, but as a compassionate guide urging me toward a higher truth. Drawn irresistibly toward that luminous presence, I felt every bit of pain, stress, and fear dissolve into an overwhelming peace. As I moved closer, the surroundings transformed, and I began to see the earth from an exalted vantage point high above its surface. Below me, the world unfolded in vivid, almost surreal detail, cities besieged by disorder, streets filled with protesters, and a society teetering on the brink of a transformation that threatened to upend all that was once known. In the midst of this unfolding vision, I witnessed a man of remarkable charisma, stepping onto a grand stage. Recognizable as Elon Musk, he stood confidently behind a podium, holding a small microchip he proclaimed would revolutionize life. His persuasive tone promised that this chip would secure financial transactions, safeguard identities, and even enable a direct connection between human minds and a global network. The crowd erupted in enthusiastic applause, drawn to the promise of convenience, unity, and a streamlined future. Yet, as I observed more intently, I discerned a subtle but ominous shift among those who embraced the chip. Their eyes, once vibrant with life, began to dull. The spark of their inner light seemed to wane as they surrendered not only personal freedom, but also the intimate connection with the divine. I realized that what was being offered was not merely a technological marvel, but a quiet, insidious erosion of the human spirit, a trade of genuine, soulful connection for the allure of effortless efficiency. Amidst these visions, another figure emerged, Donald Trump. Appearing before a massive assembly, he exuded confidence and promised to restore order and stability. His stirring rhetoric initially inspired hope, yet as the vision deepened, it became evident that even his leadership was being subsumed by the very system he sought to control. A system in which the promise of security and order came at the dire cost of individual spiritual autonomy. Throughout this extraordinary journey, I witnessed stark contrasts. On one hand, there were those who readily accepted the chip, their faces gradually surrendering the warmth of human expression as they became entangled in a system that threatened to erase the very essence of their being. On the other hand, I saw individuals who, despite facing isolation and persecution, resolutely rejected the technology. These brave souls found refuge in small, hidden communities where life was simpler, more connected to nature, and deeply rooted in faith. In these enclaves, families cultivated their own gardens, built their homes with care, and lived in harmony with the natural world. Protected by an unseen, benevolent force, they maintained a quiet defiance against a society that sought to strip them of their inner light. As the vision receded and I slowly returned to my physical body in a hospital bed, I was left with a message that resonated in every fiber of my being. The experience was not a prophetic decree of doom, but rather a poignant warning. Do not be seduced by the seductive promises of modern technology and the allure of a perfectly ordered future. True freedom, I learned, lies not in the ease of material advancements, but in the preservation of one's inner soul and the steadfast commitment to one's faith. Even as our world hurtles toward unprecedented technological integration, we must remain vigilant, guarding the delicate balance between progress and the timeless, unyielding truths that define our humanity. In the days following my recovery, the images and messages from that otherworldly journey continued to echo in my mind. I reflected deeply on the contrast between the superficial benefits of technological innovation and the profound, irreplaceable value of genuine human connection and spiritual integrity. I came to understand that the microchip was not merely a symbol of progress, but a harbinger of a future where, if we are not careful, the essence of our souls could be quietly compromised. I implore each of you to consider the cost of surrendering your inner light in exchange for the fleeting comforts of modern conveniences. Embrace the marvels of technological innovation, yet never allow them to overshadow the irreplaceable power of authentic faith and personal integrity. My near-death experience has taught me that every individual stands at a critical crossroads in these rapidly changing times. We face a choice between a future where progress is measured solely by external achievements and one where true advancement is recognized in the strength of our character, the warmth of our compassion, and the depth of our spiritual connections. It is my sincere hope that my story will serve as a reminder, a call to awaken to the possibility that even amidst overwhelming change, the sanctuary of one's inner life remains untouchable by any force of control. The path forward demands that we nurture our capacity for empathy and remain true to the divine spark that guides us. In doing so, we can ensure that progress and faith coexist in a way that enriches our lives rather than diminishes our humanity. Let this be an invitation to all who hear my words. Stand firm in your convictions, cherish the light within, and never lose sight of the profound, enduring truths that sustain us through the darkest of times. Reflecting on these events, I am reminded that each of us stands at a crossroads in an era of rapid change. The allure of modern conveniences is undeniable, and the promise of technological salvation can be very persuasive. Yet, in the pursuit of these advancements, we risk overlooking the deeper, more enduring values that have sustained humanity through countless generations. The experiences I had during those fleeting moments of darkness and light taught me that there is an eternal dimension to our existence that cannot be replicated by any gadget or algorithm. It is a dimension defined by compassion, by genuine human connection, and by the unyielding power of faith. In witnessing the gradual erosion of the qualities that make us truly human, I understood that the future we build must be one where innovation serves as a tool to enhance our lives, rather than a force that diminishes our inner light. We must strive to create a world where technology and spirituality do not stand in opposition, but rather where each complements the other, fostering an environment in which our innate humanity can flourish. In this balance lies the promise of a future that honors both our potential for progress and our need for the soulful connections that define our very essence.